Welcome to Introduction to Educational Hardware with Peter BG. Today's presentation will take you through an introduction to various computer hardware devices and peripherals and give you an opportunity to think about how you can use some of this technology in your classroom. The first device is the personal computer. It typically consists of a case, motherboard, video card, hard drive, optical drive, and other components. Next we have the laptop, which is a smaller, more portable version of a PC. In the past, laptops were lacking in the processing power and the video quality of personal computers, although today's technology has kept up and in some instances surpassed what the typical personal computer is capable of. Next we have the solid-state hard drive. Solid-state hard drives are a new technology that do not contain moving parts. Because of this, they respond a lot faster, booting your operating system quicker and allowing you to access your files in a shorter amount of time. While they are more expensive than traditional hard drives that have moving parts, they are becoming less expensive and more common. Dedicated video cards allow you to process high-resolution images, videos, play games, and do a lot with multimedia. They've almost become standard in personal computers these days because if you're going to be buying a computer in a large case, you might as well pack it with some power. Although today's laptops, as earlier stated, also are containing digital and display capabilities much more powerful and robust than previous generations because of dedicated video cards. As technology becomes faster and smaller, portable devices are able to pack more power. USB microphones, such as the one I'm using to record this presentation right now, are an integral component to any laptop or PC workstation. For about $15 to $20, you can purchase a high-quality microphone that will allow you to record audio in a number of different programs. In many cases, the software that you'll be using with your students to record audio, be it with Audacity or an Apple program or Windows Movie Maker or Windows Photo Story, are all free. So the major expense that you're facing is the hardware component, and in this case, it is relatively affordable. Digital voice recorders allow for recording of audio away from the computer workstation. Many of today's digital recording devices have USB docks right on them, so they plug easily and quickly into a computer, which allows you to download your audio file for use with a software program. Digital cameras allow students the opportunity to capture pictures of work and to also use photography as a medium through which they can create presentations and deliver content. As technology continues to become more affordable, cameras that initially cost $300 to $400 can now be found on eBay for $20, $30, $40. I myself have purchased a handful of digital cameras for my classroom, with the average price being about $25. While this does not include batteries and a memory card, it does go to show the incredible decline in price as technology has improved over the years. Flip video cameras allow students to capture motion and are a great way for students to create presentations, projects, shows, documentaries. They can be used to record speeches. They can be used for movies, reenactments. They could be used to film a science lab. There are a lot of possibilities for the use of video in the classroom. And Although Flip is no longer manufacturing cameras, there are a number of manufacturers such as Kodak and Canon and Sony who have gone in to fill the void. As a result of Flip no longer manufacturing cameras, you can actually find Flip cameras available for use for very, very low cost. I recently purchased a brand new Flip camera for $25 from the organization Digital Wish. So there are certainly deals to be had out there. And in case you are not familiar, the name of the Flip camera and the aspect that made it unique and such a hit is the docking arm, which slides out from the side of the camera, plugging directly into a computer, and utilizing software already on the camera allows students to edit video images, upload them to YouTube, Facebook, other social media sites. It's all very user-friendly, and the recording functions are extremely simple, with essentially students pressing a red button and the camera doing the rest. So while you don't have as much control over the initial shooting of the images with the Flip camera, that can actually be a benefit because you can use this camera with students who are not familiar with technology. And as a teacher, the learning curve for you is relatively short, and therefore the teaching curve is as well for the students. Now, flatbed scanners, or document scanners, are another piece of educational hardware which I have found very helpful. Probably the main use of my flatbed scanner is to turn paper documents into PDFs. If you have Adobe Reader, you're able to create and save various paper documents, images, as PDFs. And when you have a PDF, you can set it up so that it's able to identify text. And you can do text-to-speech with PDFs. There are a number of readers for them. There are a lot of uses for having documents in digital form. Perhaps one of my favorite is that it's allowed me to minimize the amount of paper filings in my classroom, which as teachers I'm sure you can appreciate. Flatbed scanners 10 years ago maybe cost you $150, $200. Now you can get a fantastic scanner for around $50 that will also scan negatives, convert documents into Word and other software text programs. They can also save images as JPEG and other digital file types, allowing for future manipulation with a photo program such as Photoshop or a free photo program like GIMP. Document cameras give teachers another tool in the classroom to photograph, display student work. In this example here, the document camera will be displaying this car on a screen. However, if you want to display an essay, a piece of writing, you can affix and aim the document camera at that. You do need a projector, but then you're able to display student work before the class. You can also photograph and archive images of that work for future use. Next we have webcams, which are a wonderful way for teachers interested in the flipped classroom to be able to film videos, instructional videos for students to access at a later time. Now, the program I'm using to record this presentation is called Screencast-O-Matic. And obviously you cannot see me at this moment, you can only hear my voice. However, it does have a webcam option. So if I wanted to display myself talking, I could have maybe in the bottom right or left hand corner a picture of myself speaking as I gave this presentation, and you may feel more of a connection to me as I speak, or it could be a distraction taking away from the content. Although in this particular case there are only still images on the screen. so either way probably would have sufficed. Aside from using a webcam for a presentation like this, you can also use it for video conferencing. Skype, which is a wonderful way for teachers and students in different classrooms, different communities, different countries even, to get together. Also authors and other scholars, professionals in their field, can have virtual meetings with students discussing works they've created or research that they've recently developed. Card readers allow for the transfer of images from peripheral devices onto a personal computer or a laptop. These days you can find a card reader that will read almost any size card for $15 to $20, and it's a highly recommended piece of hardware because with the bring your own device movement, students more often than not will have their own video, audio, image capturing devices, but they may not have the means to get those devices onto your computer. Card readers make that very easy. USB hubs are something else that I recommend if you are going to be using multimedia in your classroom and you anticipate using a number of devices that rely on USB connections, such as microphones and cameras, document readers, things of that nature. You want a USB hub which will just give you more USB input slots. Now, as you can see on this particular device, it says USB 2.0. There is now a USB 3.0, which is a much faster transfer speed. Now, USB 2.0 devices are backwards compatible with USB 3 inputs. But as new devices are created that utilize the USB 3.0 input, you will begin seeing a dramatic decrease in the amount of time it takes to get your data, information, images, videos from a peripheral device onto your computer's hard drive. Finally, here we have a references site, and the majority of the images contained in this presentation were taken from Flickr Creative Commons, although the first couple of images were mine. And this concludes our multimedia presentation on computer hardware. Thank you.